Okay, so I'm going to try to explain this with as little confusion as possible because each time I explain it, I think I confuse people. I think I'm not articulating too well. But some of you know that this month I started an exchange with Lynn from A Bit of Bird Song, and it was based on a storyline I started about, I think it was about 5 years ago now, that I posted in one of my Facebook groups, and there was a swap that was done based on this storyline. And the basic storyline was about two sisters, one who had gone off and pursued her education, and her younger sister who ended up having polio and was obviously, in her case, in a wheelchair for the rest of her life. Now, in this, obviously, this is a fantasy story as it goes further down the road. The sister, the young sister who had the polio, she was a very whimsical person who had a lot of dreams and was a real thinker in in a sense of the world and the world's scope and how she fit into it. So she was thinking in those terms. Her sister, very analytical, school, 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 education, education, and so on and so forth. So the younger sister had always had this question in her mind: where do the hummingbirds and the butterflies sleep? So now she realized, stuck in her wheelchair, that she was not going to realize the possibility of searching for the answer. In comes her sister, because she loves her younger sister so much. She decides to go on this quest for the answer to her younger sister's question. And that is the premise of the storyline. After that, everybody was going to go off in their own direction in how they pursue the story based on the prompts that were provided each month to create this storyline between these two sisters. So I never participated in it because I was so busy doing other things with the groups and my YouTube and my Etsy and all that stuff. And I always wanted to participate in the actual storyline that I had created. So I approached Lynn and I said, I'd love to do this with you. She agreed. We've been planning this for over a year. We're finally able to do it. And I had been showing in my in my lives, I had been talking about it, and then also in posting pictures of our first month of the correspondence. Because this, I forgot to mention, the whole idea was the correspondence between the older sister that was searching for the answer and the sister waiting at home for the information that her sister was gathering around the world about answering the question. So, anyway, so as you know, those of you that know that I was putting Kaboole Kits out every month for 5 years, and I got tired and I had to put a stop to it so I could clear my brain. Some of you have had, some of the individuals that always bought my kits were saying, hey, why don't you put a kit along with your storyline that you're doing? So I thought, well, that was a good idea, but I wasn't quite sure how I was going to put that together. So this is month number 1. Now, Lynn and I are going to be doing this for the next 6 months, and we're going to end up at the end with our correspondence back and forth, and then a journal of the sister that is doing the traveling, and maybe a scrapbook of the sister that's staying at home. And that's how I'm going to approach it. Not sure how Lynn's going to approach it. But at the end of the 6 month in October, we'll be done and with the prompts. And then we're going to put all this stuff together and see what we end up with. So, for those of you that want to play along, I'm going to be putting out a kit every month until October based on this theme. And what's going to be included is, various things that will go along with that particular prompt or whatever. And then also each month, I'm sending Lynn a postcard, actually two postcards. We're doing it approximately the 1st and the 15th of each month. And it's a postcard and a letter. So the postcard comes from the sister that is going around the world trying to find the answer, and the letter is from the sister sitting at home patiently waiting for the information that her sister is compiling for her. And that's how it goes. And it's based on a prompt. All right. Before I lose all of you, before I lose you all, um, so so what I'm personally doing is at the end of the month, I've already got my letter and my cards for the two prompts. So those are going to be not finished like this, but the information of these two cards and the letters are going to be in the kit along with the rest of the stuff that I'm about to show you. Oh, I forgot to mention the inspiration for this whole thing is Nick Bantock. I can blame him for all of this. I love his books. A lot of you probably are familiar with the storyline of Griffin and Sabine. So if you aren't, look that up. Google it all. It'll get all the information of the storyline behind that. So that was the inspiration to create this whole thing 5 years ago. All right. So let's get back to what you're going to get in the kit this month. And I'm just going to name them where do they sleep, because where the birds and the butterflies sleep, blah, 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 too long. So I'm just going to, on the kits, it's going to be where do they sleep, and it's going to be number 1, and then kit number 2, and so on and so forth, in case you want to keep up. Obviously, if you get one, doesn't mean you have to buy them all. You might just be interested in one particular one, and you might have the stuff at home already, because a lot of the things that we're going to be doing, even if you just have the prompts, you can be doing all this at home on your own. But some ladies like the whole kit and caboodle together. All righty. So you're going to get the backstory that I just shared with you. And this is all taking, I forgot to mention, is all taking place in the late 1800s. I didn't give a specific date. That way you can pick and choose, what time period this is, late 1800s. So that'll reflect on the materials you're going to be seeing in a second. So you'll get that, and you're going to get a list of all of the prompts for May, June, July, August, September, and October. All right, so that you get. Then some pictures that I've gathered together that I'm going to be putting into the journal I'm making. That's what I'm including next. So I found this picture, and I thought it was so cool because it's a young girl in a wheelchair, seaside, and it's during that time period. So I thought that would be a cool picture to reflect the young sister that is at home. This piece is in here. I'll show you in a second. It has to do with the postcards. I thought this was so cute, and I thought this could be like maybe when they were younger, the two little sisters. I had spoke about a story that I'm also writing that goes along with all this, but it was this picture that inspired this story. It's a statue in a cemetery. There's a particular name for this statue. I forgot to look it up. But anyway, she feeds the birds, and she has plates on either side. And I should have gotten that. I forgot to look that up. But you guys, another thing you guys can look up. And so this was an inspiration for me for a storyline that I'm including in all this. So I thought it might inspire you, and you can go in whatever direction that takes you. Now, as far as the postcards that I'm making, now the first prompt here is Corsica. So I ended up doing this postcard, and this is the red deer that is very prolific there on the island of Corsica during this period of time in history, and it kind of likes to eat everything. So, uh, so I have that, and then the back of the postcard that I wrote is also included. So if you want to just compile everything that I'm doing and put it in, in your journal or box or whatever you're going to end up doing with all these letters and postcards. And all I did was, I cut them out and glued them together. That's how I did mine because I wanted it a little sturdy. So you're going to get that, which is the first postcard, and this is the second postcard. And obviously it didn't stretch across, so that's where this green paper comes in. I just extended it out, glued it to the back, and that's how that card came about. So you get that card, the front and the back of the card. Also, I had a pack of this paper of 7 gypsies, and I thought it was pretty cool. So she could be, one of the sisters or the mom or an aunt or whatever you want her to be. And then it has cool paper in the back. It's a full sheet. I just had to fold it to get it in there. And going along with the theme of the hummingbirds, I thought this was a really cool old picture. Included that. We've got 2 letters going on if that's the way you want to present it in your journal. So I have 2 different envelopes. Some Victorian ladies that you can have them part of the family or people they meet along the way in the Sisters Travels Around the World, however you want to incorporate it. I wrote letters from the sister to the other sister. And so both of those letters somewhere. Anyway, maybe it's not in here. I have to add that. Hello. Both of the letters will be in there. She says in a confused manner. Okay, so both of the letters will be there. Then I also, there it is. Hello. Then I also included a blank postcard in case you just want to start from scratch, do your own, and not be involved with mine at all, or have extras. And then this is quite a large, let's see, this is 18 by 11, and it's a folio, and it's in half. So you're going to be getting 2 of these. And if I have enough, I'm going to be including 2 of these until the end. And then you'll have lots of pages if you want to use this as the background to like a scrapbook or something like that, based with all the stuff we'll be doing throughout those months. So if I haven't completely confused you and lost you, oh my gosh. This is what's in the first month. And you're also going to be getting a cigar box so that you can use that to throw stuff in, throw your letters in, whatever you want to use it for. And it will be able to be used, along the line. There's a lot of little things we're going to be doing. I can't disclose everything or else we'll be here forever. I'll just deal with it on a month-to-month basis. Where did that cute little picture go? So that is this month. And if I've totally confused you and you don't know what the heck this is all about, just wait till the next month and I'll confuse you even more. So it's going, and also just a side note, it's all going to come in a box because the cigar box has to fit in a box. So there's an example of one. They're all different. Um, but make sure you save the box too, because we have plans for the box in the box. Lots of things going on, I know, but that is that. So, as I said, if I haven't completely lost you, gosh, this is the plan. All right. Um, onward and upward. They'll be in the shop. Thank you.